Hello everyone. You can probably already imagine what is happening considering the setup of this and how out of nowhere it almost feels. It's Fusion World time with more Fusion World starter decks being the yellow Frieza. So we've covered red, green, and blue at this point, so it's only fair that we go over the next one. I do hope that people are enjoying these kind of first look videos. I do kind of want to do this with starter decks in the future. It's just at the moment with card games and getting a hold of starter decks, they've been pretty scarce at the moment. So it's more so just wanting to make sure we get what we can, so we can make better card game content overall. Luckily, we have the online clients and stuff for these that'll happen, so we can kind of continue to do that regardless. But being able to test the decks in real life and stuff is really cool too. So again, we've got that wonderful little promo bonus pack that I'll show at the end that we kind of got. But there's the Frieza. I'll kind of again release them so we can get a better look. Because that thing's never looked too great from behind the foil. Well, the plastic encasing, if you will. So. Okay, I'm going to flip it around so we can kind of just take a first look at the unawakened side. And then, yeah. So we've got this Frieza. Frieza looks, he's looking really cool. I am really digging the art for these leaders again. Another standard procedure, 15k. When attacking, draw a card. Awaken at 4 life or less. Draw a card, flip over. So, yeah. And then we've got him, and then we can take a look at that. So really cool. We've got a 20k Frieza final form in quotation marks. What do you think? And then we've got what is to me a really bonkers ability from what I've seen. When attacking, draw a card, and then end of turn, choose 2 of your battle cards and just switch them to active mode. This seems kind of crazy to me because it's just any battle cards. So we'll kind of get into some cards that are that we can kind of just set back to active mode, and they're immediately safe from anything, and can even save you from the opponent's next aggressive play. So, speaking of, Golden Frieza, really cool that we get Golden Frieza as a big boss monster for this deck. It makes sense. It's the right thing to do. But so it's another 35k double strike with a 5-drop. And then we've got the when attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards, and then it can't switch back to active during your opponent's next turn. This feels amazing to me. Being able to stop something like their big boss monster from just setting back to active, no matter what cost or anything, that's just it. That feels just insanely good to me. So to see these as starter decks is oof, Jesus, what is set 2 and beyond going to be like? Because we've already seen what set 1 like. And even some of the cards in set 1 seems really crazy. So these card games are just coming out the doors immediately, just so crazy. Yep, this is the big boss monster we get 2 of, so that makes sense. And then we have King Cold, 4-drop 25k blocker. When KO'd, choose one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards with a cost of 4 or less and KO it. So it's a blocker that can help you defend your life by just taking a hit for you, and then if it does get KO'd, it's gonna just clap back at most things, right? So again, the really cool thing is with the Frieza's main ability, well, the end of turn ability, is this blocker can come out, swing at their leader for 25k, which is nothing to scoff at, and then it can just get set back to active mode at the end of the turn. So you can still keep it up as its blocker effect, right? Which is just insanely good to me. That doesn't feel like a starter deck thing, but here we are, I suppose. So this will be the other 2 of. Makes complete sense. And then of course you can start to see the theme of this deck. It's going to be resting cards and or restanding cards, or doing things based on if a card is restood or rested. So yeah, we've got our next up in line Kui. We've got our blocker, and then when this is KO'd, we can draw a card. So yeah, it's just seems like a really valuable card. Can't really complain with this. Again, this is 20k, so this can even hit awakened side. You can just bring it out, swing something, and then if your Frieza's awakened, you can set it back to active. So very cool, because we use it as a blocker. And we get 4 of these, which is always very nice to have. More blockers. Definitely can't complain with this. So you've got on play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So ways to kind of awaken quicker again if you're getting like starved out. 20k. I mean, what is that to say? This deck feels like it's going to be the most consistent already. It's got a very good game plan. I don't feel like you're going wrong if you get like a pick up a Frieza deck or two. Definitely not. Our first skill list, we get Shisami. 30k, just 4-drop 30k beta. So yeah, no, very good, very good. But even then, like, remember these are also like targets for like basically everything in this is just targets for like Frieza's end of turn things. So like you can swing with these, send back to active. If they've got big boss monsters you don't like being like, you know, trying to remove your stuff, then like you've got, you know, it's just, it feels like it synergizes just so well. And then we've got Sorbet, just the standard 1-drop on play, draw a card. Cannot complain with this, definitely not. Very good card. Helps keep consistency, definitely can't complain with that. So yep, we do get 4 of those. Our next skill list is Togama. Just a 2-drop 20k, again, can't complain with this. We do just get 4 of these, I believe. So skill lists are never a bad thing to have, especially with the Frieza deck. You can kind of just play a bunch of things and not worry about losing too many of them too quickly. Then of course we've got the super combo. Yep, just standard stuff, being able to play this for 10k on your opponent, and then if it's on your opponent's turn, just get another 10k. It's a really good defensive card. Definitely can't complain with that. I don't think you're ever playing super combos. If you do, it kind of feels like you've got, you know, a bad situation on your hands. And then of course we have another blocker, a nice 1-drop blocker. A very good one to say that it sits at 10k, because a lot of the other blockers so far has been sitting at 5k. So even for like going up against red, this is a little bit trickier to remove because you can't just play a Whis and get rid of it, right? You know, you have to commit a bit more to that. But other than that, yep, very decent card. More blockers is just very good for this deck. So we do get 4 of these, so that's not too bad. Ooh, and then we've got the one of the few cards that can like actually potentially rest something. 1-drop 10k Frieza, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and just switch it to rest mode. So no matter what it is, it's getting rested. So for 1-drop, that's insanely good. Like I can see this being some kind of staple for quite a while, depending on what yellow wants to really do when it branches out. This seems very valuable to me. There's not really much else you can say about that. Just a 1-drop on play, and then after that, you can kind of just commit it as like a 10k combo as well. So this just feels very good. And then we've got Frieza's second form. Really like that they're implementing all of the Frieza forms into this deck. It's really cool. So we have the when attacking, add up to one of your cards from your life to your hand, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and switch it to rest mode. That's really good. It's not the best because obviously if it does stay on the field for quite a while, you're going to need to take the card from life every time to do this. Which, you know, eventually you kind of don't want to keep this around, but you do have ways of getting rid of it from even your own field, so it's not too bad. But yeah, 20k, like 2-drop to do, like, you know, try and self-awaken a bit quicker, so you can see that end of turn Frieza a bit more, like, you know, consistently and effectively. Very good card. Yeah, very decent, I would say. Do get 2 of that. And of course, Frieza third form, a nice skillless card, just a 3-drop 25k. Nothing, you know, nothing really too much else to it, nothing too fancy. Sadly, this would be kind of like one of the first cards you start dropping for, like, you know, more of certain cards and stuff, with there really being 2 of really good cards in here. But other than that, very cool. So yeah, we do get 4 of those, and then without revealing too much immediately, we get Lemo, which is just our 1-drop skillless. Very decent. The 1-drop skillless is the fact that they can, like, you know, they're at 15k. They're very good. They're very standard. I do like them. So, you know, more of Lemo is really cool. And then we get on to our extra cards, which, you know, haven't really disappointed me too much. So, you know, this doesn't sound like it can be too bad. So we have our 1-drop, which is choose up to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and KO it. Really starting to get to that, like, One Piece level of just, you know, we're just waiting for stuff that lowers cost of things, right? So here's hoping that doesn't happen anytime soon. But yeah, really cool. Free drops. There's a lot of, like, good free drops or, like, decent stuff for free. in this game. So being able to just kind of get rid of stuff with one drop with like one energy, very good. Yep, you will just get 2 of these, just an activate main. Oh, actually, no, this is the one you... Oh, I've mistaken this. This is the one you get 3 of. So they've swapped it around for the Frieza deck. Here was me just kind of going off the usual for the other decks. Herder. Oh, but here we don't have like a 2-drop with like a permanent. So this is our activate battle. Choose your leader or one of your battle cards, and they get 15k power. That's standard from before. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less, and switch it to rest mode. Ooh, that seems, yeah. Again, that seems very good. So this can like hit blockers and stuff, for example, or just stuff that like free drops that you definitely don't want to like necessarily deal with. Bunch of decent 20 and 25k power cards at like free cost and that. So you can hit this for one. You can hit them for 1 drop and put them into rest mode. Then you can even use the other 1 drop to kind of KO them. That's very good. And then of course the 15k power boost is really good during battle. So can't complain. Definitely can't complain. And then of course the energy marker. So okay. And then last but not least, the Frieza bonus pack. So we do get to see what's going on in here. And this one immediately felt a bit easier to open up than the others. I say that, and I'm struggling, so send help, please. But I think we kind of saw what it was a little bit. So we do have yet another super combo. We get a Chile, which is always nice. Chile's cool. I like Chile. Again, I would have loved to have gotten something like the Frieza, but I think I was pretty 50-50 on these promos so far, so these seem pretty cool. Definitely will not complain at this. Yeah, awesome. Nice. But yeah, that has basically been the Frieza star deck. So I hope that these, like, star decks have kind of served a decent purpose of being able to take a good first look into these. I'm pretty amazed at these myself. Like, for star decks, in comparison to a lot of stuff that's been released, like, wow, these have come out the gate swinging. Which kind of excites me for, like, the main game, but also kind of worries me a bit in terms of, like, how they're going to handle, how crazy cards and leaders are going to be. But nonetheless, I'm mostly excited here. I cannot wait for... I cannot wait to see like more of set 1. I cannot wait for the PC client and stuff, as I keep mentioning, because generally I am so hyped for this stuff. I think it's going to be really cool. So yeah, if you definitely enjoyed this and you definitely want to see more content for Dragon Ball Fusion World, make sure to subscribe to the video, check out some of the other stuff. Really helps support the channel. And if you even like the One Piece stuff as well, do let me know. Like, by all means, just like whatever you like want to see in terms of just like these for now, like let me know. Or if there's any other cool stuff, like do make sure to like just throw it my way, because any cool like card game stuff, I'm just kind of like all for at the moment, within reason, of course, right? So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching.